Hello YouTube, this is Frugal and this is the Frooglesim news for today, Sunday, May the 28th. Big news sweeping our community this week, obviously, is the announcement that Prepared version 4 will release on May 30th. This coming week, just 2 days away in fact, which is very cool. The video you're watching is from Flightbeam and it's showing off their KMSP scenery in the new sim. It's a pretty stonking video showing not only how beautiful their scenery is, but how cool the new sim is as well. So I thought I'd let that run while I speak. Lockheed Martin's Prepared version 4 releases this week. It is not an early access, but a full finished product, and apparently has been 8 years in development. The new sim is 64-bit, featuring higher resolution visuals and improved performance, as well as dynamic lighting, new rain and snow particles and effects, new 3D trees, and a new software development kit, and a ton more details that they will no doubt announce when the product releases. Lockheed have also done a fantastic job working with the developer community, and I think that's actually the bigger story, to support them with this new sim. As a result of that collaboration, updates for key add-ons from key developers will actually be available for this new sim on day one, with more coming very soon thereafter. For example, PNDG's DC6, which is currently in beta for FSX and Prepared, already runs on Prepared version 4. The 747 is also expected to be updated and released very close to Prepared's release, with the NGX following soon after. A2A have announced that they are updating all their recent aircraft as well. The initial release will be of the 172 trainer the same day that Prepared is released, and will then be followed by updates to the Cherokee, the 182, the Comanche, the Texan, and the Connie very shortly after release. Milviz have stated that new aircraft they're developing will release for version 4 and are assessing work on older ones. I even saw a screenshot floating around implying Coronado are updating their aircraft as well, but I don't have anything confirmed on that. On the scenery front, Flightbeam, Flight Hamper, and FS Dream Team have also made similar announcements. FS The Crew have said they are assessing what work is required to get their products updated, but obviously they are waiting for the sim aircraft add-on manufacturers to release their aircraft before FS The Crew gets updated. FS Labs have also said that they are looking at updating the Airbus, but unfortunately that won't be a day one release. Same situation for Majestic with the Q400. They say they have a lot of work to do to update the Q400, presumably because of the external flight model they use, which lends that aircraft its spectacular performance in the older sims. In general, the Prepared version 4 announcement is absolutely stellar and really exciting. More performance and more memory in a 64-bit are very good, not just for scenery developers, but also for the aircraft producers. They can now get some ridiculously complex simulations going. Overall, just mind-blowing, exciting news. Can't wait to try it out. No info on a price just yet, or whether Lockheed are going to clean up the licensing confusions. Take a look though and stay tuned to prepared.com, linked in the show notes below. Next up, Quality Wings this week set a date, kinda, on the upcoming 787. Teased on their website and Facebook, Quality Wings have said the 787 is coming summer 2017. They also said come see us at FlightSimCon in June. The Quality Wings 787 will cover the 787-8, the Dash 9 and the Dash 10. The aircraft features over 100 accurate animations, including wind flex, gear animations, door, thrust reversers with the blocker doors, nose wheel steering, and much more. The aircraft will also ship with both 2D panels and the virtual cockpit, which is stunning in terms of its level of detail. I flew this last year at FlightSimCon. There will also be standard and light panel modes. Light mode simplifies the aircraft greatly. It features accurate flight management system as well as accurate sounds for all the engine types and accurate cockpit sounds. Now obviously we don't have an exact release date just yet or a price. It will however be released for FSX and Prepared. No news yet on whether that includes Prepared version 4 at this point. Next up, Just Flight's Turbo Aero. Just Flight's long-awaited Turbo Aero is now available, rounding out their new study-level Aero series. It covers the Turbo Aero 3 and 4, which are both 4-seater turbocharged aircraft with retractable tricycle landing gear. The aircraft was built from real-world aircraft plans. It features 4K textures, highly realistic cockpit as well, with full animations and sounds throughout, interactive checklists, and of course Just Flight's amazing logbook system from their older Aero. It also features a built-in flight computer panel for calculating fuel burn, endurance, speed, wind speed, and direction. It's fully IFR capable with accurately modeled nav and comms equipment built in right out of the gate, and has a full failure simulation as well. The price is $41.99 for FSX and Prepared. More information at the Just Flight link in the show notes below. Next up, Latin Wings have recently been previewing LEST, or Santiago de Compostela. Now, Lima Echo Sierra Tango is an international airport serving Galicia in Spain. It's the second busiest airport in northern Spain after Bilbao. It handled 2.5 million passengers in 2016 and is a focus airport for both Vueling and Ryanair. Latin Wings produce some amazing scenery, and the early renders that you're looking at here certainly look incredibly detailed. No news yet on a price or a release date, but I would hope, given the level of detail we're seeing here and the early stage of these shots, that this is a surefire release for prepared version 4. I also would not be surprised to see this release for X-Plane 11 at some point as well. Next up, Milviz DHC Beaver. Milviz's DHC Beaver is available right now as a simulation, of course, of the iconic de Havilland Beaver bush aircraft, and features a completely accurate flight model, 4 body configurations, so the wheels, the amphibious floats, skis and tundra versions, each with its own flight model, and 2 body types, both passenger and cargo. The simulation features custom fuel and electrical systems, both very realistic. Startup, for example, takes into account engine temperature and will model overpriming and flooding. It also features a simulation of the Beaver's unique manual hydraulic pump for flaps and icing effects, and a complete customizable avionics stack including support for the Flight 1 GTN, Reality XP and Mindstar GNSs. Also ships with the WX Advantage weather radar. Milviz's DHC Beaver has an authentic sound set recorded from the actual aircraft. And from the product page, Milviz's DHC Beaver actually looks very close to study level. It's certainly a very in-depth add-on anyway. The price is $34.99, that's an intro price. It's raising to $39.99 later for FSX and Prepared. There is a free update coming for Prepared version 4 as well. Incidentally, while we're on the topic of Milviz, replies from the company to questions on Facebook about their ATR implied that that aircraft is actually coming to X-Plane. No info other than that, so stay tuned, and as I get more solid detail, of course, I'll share it here. I do believe, however, this will be the first Milviz aircraft to launch on Laminar Sim, and perhaps really shows X-Plane starting to pick up interest and momentum within FSX and Prepared developer communities following the version 11 release. Sticking with X-Plane, next up, Pilot Plus's Block Island. The video you're watching is from my good friend Thomas Rasmussen. It's linked in the show notes below. As always, do go and give him a like and a subscribe to say thank you. Block Island is a public use airport on Block Island in Washington County, Rhode Island. It's a GA airport with a single runway. Pilot Plus's scenery was built using ortho imagery, and it covers the whole island at a resolution of 30 centimeters per pixel and has 25,000 hand-placed objects, custom vegetation, marine traffic, ground traffic, and other effects such as baked-in ambient occlusion. The price is a very reasonable $19.94, available now from the xplane.org store, linked in the show notes below. And finally this week, DCS Normandy is at last now available. DCS World's Normandy map is now available for download and purchase. It requires DCS World 2.0, and it covers Normandy after the D-Day landings, covering 267 by 348 kilometers of scenery with airfields in both Normandy and southern England. It also includes the DCS World War II Asset Pack, which is a new set of combat vehicles and ground objects specifically for the period covered by the map and the scenery. The assets can also be used in other maps if you so choose, so if you want to run Sherman's down the main street of Vegas, you can. The price is $59.99. It is not available for Steam users, unfortunately, just yet, because it requires DCS World 2 Alpha, Beta. I'm not sure the status of that at this point, which is currently not available in Steam. More information at the digitalcombatsimulator.com link in the show notes below. That's it for this week's news. Very exciting week ahead, looking at Prepared version 4. Yes, of course, expect videos on that. As always, my name is Frugal. Thank you so very much for watching, and I will see you all very soon.